Hey everybody, welcome to the channel today. Today I've got a little bit of a discussion about a very popular rifle. With American shooters, especially shooters in 7.62 by 54R, the rifles are obviously limited to basically Mosin Nagants. Now, the Mosin Nagant isn't the only rifle chambered in 7.62 by 54R, but it is by far the most readily available. If you want to keep shooting the 7.62 by 54R and get into something a little bit different, there are a few avenues to go down, one of which is the SVT-40. And I've owned 3 SVT-40s for a long time, and I had actually accidentally sold all 3 of them a few years ago, and it's something that I very much regret, but that may be a story for another day. The SVT-40 is actually a very stout semi-automatic 7.62 by 54R. And to give you an idea, it's basically an SKS supersized. So, if you imagine it's pretty much the exact same operating system, same platform, same layout, it's very, very similar to an SKS, just supersized. The other option is the PSL. Now, the SVT-40 was initially a battle rifle, similar to the M1 Garand, and it was pressed into service to be a World War II sniper, but there were some limitations in its ability to provide accurate shots for a sniper. So, years and years ago, the PSL was actually imported from Romania to America, and you could buy Romanian built PSLs, complete, full-on sporter rifles. And they actually did sell very well, and they're not too terribly hard to find for sale, although the prices are getting a little on the crazy side. I'm seeing prices up to $3,000 plus for a PSL. And PSLs are good rifles. They're nothing to shake a stick at, but they do have some limitations. And one of the limitations, it was originally designed to stand in for the Dragunov. Now, in Romania, they were not allowed to have the technical data package for the Russian Dragunov. So they decided, we don't need your data package, we will do it ourselves. And basically what they did was they took an AK and supersized it. So it's all AK. Now, if you know about the Dragunov is not an AK. It is very similar, very reminiscent to an AK, but the whole operating system is different. The rifle system itself is different from an AK. No matter how much its outward appearance looks like an AK platform, everything inside is not. So, Romania did it the opposite way. They said, well, the AK works, we'll just supersize the AK to shoot the 54R round for a designated marksman capacity. Now, there were a lot of problems with the PSL and a designated marksman capacity, and basically what it comes down to is, for the Soviet doctrine of designated marksman, it really didn't work. If it were a U.S. doctrine sniper, very few shots, lots of cooldown time, it probably would have done a lot better. But the PSL suffers from, first and foremost, in my opinion, is a weak barrel. Secondly, it suffers from basically overheating. Now, the com block doctrine on designated marksmen is they were basically a sniper for every squad. So they were out there laying overhead suppressing fire, from my understanding, for the squads that were going out there. There were a lot more of them than there would be a traditional U.S. sniper role of small sniper teams. So what it comes down to is the PSL is just not accurate enough to maintain the role of suppressing accurate fire. Now, if you're going to the range and you're sluggishly putting a few rounds here, a few rounds there, you probably wouldn't see it. But if you are a fan of the PSL, I would highly recommend looking at 9-hole reviews, accuracy testing of the PSL. It's pretty similar to what I've actually run into with the PSL myself. So, in my mind, it does not serve as a good, accurate semi-automatic rifle. So, here's today's discussion. I got into a discussion with a friend who was asking questions about my AK-54R build. And basically what it come down to, I like more long-range shooting, stuff like that. And he was wondering why I was building a short AK platform. So we started talking about the downsides, the drawbacks to the PSL, and basically what we come down to is it didn't go far enough in development to be a fully accurate rifle. Now, it's an AK platform, so a lot of people are immediately going to say AK platform is just not accurate for the role of sniping. And there are some fairness in that, and some not. We're not going to argue that point, but there are many AKs out there that are fabulously accurate for being an AK, and it's been proven time and time again that an AK can be a contender in accuracy. Obviously, it's not going to go win any matches, but it is it can definitely hold its own in accuracy wise. But when it came to the Romanian PSL, it really suffered from a lot of things. So first, here is an original Romanian PSL barrel, fully populated, and I took measurements, and while the barrel's not super thin, it is definitely not very thick. We're measuring just a little over a half an inch out here at the end, and pretty much all the parts that populate it follow the same critical sizes as a standard traditional AK in 7.62x39. So the first thing to look at for accuracy, there's actually some good high-speed video on YouTube. I can't remember where exactly I saw it, but there is some high-speed footage of barrel whip on a PSL. So we already know the barrel's too thin for the role that it's playing here. So if you're getting barrel whip, the barrel's not strong enough. Now, it could be a combination of poor metallurgy. It could be a combination of a lot of different things, but if you want to accurize a PSL, first thing to look at is really going to be the barrel. The barrel needs to be much thicker, much stronger, especially considering it's carrying all the gas system support stuff and all that. So you want a really, really strong backbone that's not going to bend. Now what I have here is my M76 barrel, and this comes in about 150 thousandths thicker everywhere down the barrel than the PSL. And this is going to be unique if you want to build a heavy barrel PSL. The parts that you're going to need can come from a Yugo M76. Lower handguard, gas block up at the front. All these parts are much, much larger barrel diameter, and that will help incredibly. The other thing the PSL is known for is kind of basically overheating. Now on a standard PSL, you've got your wood furniture, and nicely you've got a hole on the bottom, but you have nothing on the top. And it's kind of understandable. You don't want mirage and stuff like that coming from your gas system, but the way this is enclosed basically makes a heat sink, and wood is very, very good at thermal insulation. So to me, there's not a lot of ventilation going on here. On the flip side, if you go to something like this is just free air. This is not going to trap anything. Likewise, if you get something like this as a bottom handguard, this is all just free air. So there's nothing to trap heat from the gas system in the stock. And this will help out incredibly. Now you might get mirage from heat coming up out of this handguard, and something might have to be done about that. But basically what we're coming down to is, should we try to build a PSL that actually maintains its accuracy much, much better, much more modern maintaining of accuracy, like more modern rifles? And I think that's a good challenge. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think that's a good challenge, because I do like the PSL for what it is. It's an oversized AK, but I never really liked it because it wasn't very accurate. So it never really had that warm spot in my heart, because it always was more sloppy accuracy than everything else I shoot. So it's fun to shoot. I like shooting 54R and all that. So now I'm very much leaning towards maybe we should try to build out a accurized PSL Romanian rifle, something that could be respectably regarded as a much better upgrade. Now the last problem that the PSLs have, and I got a few pictures. Basically, PSLs have always been overgassed. Everybody knows it. They're very, very harsh in their gas system. The gas piston is always just slamming back, and they have broken receivers because of it. Check out these pictures. So basically, the pictures kind of tell the story that when the gas piston comes slamming back, it's slamming back so hard that it's breaking the rear receiver off, or the rear trunnion out of the receiver. So there's a lot of fixes for those. There is an adjustable gas piston available for the PSL. The Yugo M76 has a gas adjustable front gas block. It's got this little adjuster right here, which you can adjust the gassing on. So we can definitely tame the gases down and be a lot safer with the bulk carrier group slamming backwards, because tearing a receiver apart, that's never a good day. No one's going to be happy about that. So we can tame the gas down. We can build a much thicker barrel. We can populate it with Yugo M76 barrel components. We can go through and make the gas tube a lot more free breathing, so it's not just trapping heat. It's able to disperse the heat much better. And I think the PSL could actually be a very, very respectable rifle, accuracy-wise. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there in the world that love the PSL, and trust me, I love the PSL too. But honesty is honesty. When you have a semi-automatic designated marksman's rifle that has shown itself in shooting conditions to be 6+ MOA, that's not really a marksman's rifle. And I really do enjoy marksman shooting more than anything else. So let me know what you think. Hit me up with a comment below. I talked to my gunsmith today. He said he can whittle a barrel for me that meets the criteria for this. And I have a couple other ideas that might also aid in accuracy that I'm working through in my head. So it's not totally finalized in my head yet, but the next thing is going to be a bipod. How do you mount a bipod on a PSL without touching the barrel? Or more importantly, most people will rest the lower handguard of the PSL on a sandbag or something, and that actually puts the weight of the rifle pressure right back into the barrel. So that's not a great option. How can we make a bipod for the PSL that does not have the ability to affect the barrel's rifle's barrel? Let's try that correctly. So I'm working through in my brain how we can do a bipod, and I think I got a pretty good idea, but not just quite ready to spill that one yet. So if you think this is a good idea, I think this is a good challenge. I think it's a really good challenge. So let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. I'm working through my Remington Mosin Nagant, and it will be fantastic. So I'll catch you later, guys. Bye.